Now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, introducing the Squalicum Storm. A junior guard, number 2, Shelby Smithson. Sophomore guard, number 10, Micaiah Heaton. Sophomore wing, number 14, Caitlyn Richardson. Sophomore guard, number 21, Mari Benning. And a junior wing, number 23, Callie McEachran. Now introducing your Anacortes Seahawks starting lineup. A junior guard, number 12, Benning. A sophomore guard, number 15, Reese Morgenthaler. A junior forward, number 21, Cameron Kerr. A senior forward, number 22, Riley Pickle. And a junior forward, number 41, Aaliyah Hargrove. Head coach for Squalicum is Ray Uzi, assisted by Olivia Esturis and John Pont. Seahawks are led by Nate Dunham, assisted by Pat Swap, Sarah Saunders, and Sydney Anderson. Team managers are Kaya Fountain and Jessica Oliver. Team trainers Haley Stout. Referees for tonight's game are Bernie Upchurch, Phil Renninger, and Jim Price. Now would you please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just got through the starting lineups and the anthem, and we're going to get underway into some basketball. Girls matchup tonight. Squalicum Storm, the visiting team, and your Anacortes Seahawks, of course, here in Williams Gymnasium. It's the last home game of the season, and we are ready to go. You'll see Parker Mong, a familiar face here in the booth. However, a bit of a different hairstyle he's sporting today.
Yeah, no comment on that.
All right, well, that's fine. We'll just get rolling here.
And now, taking the floor, your Anacortes Seahawks.
You'll notice in the student section, the girls on the court are not the only ones wearing jerseys. Of course, the spirit night for the game is Jersey Day, so lots of jerseys in the stands. And Seahawks get the opening tip-off. Here's Kennedy. Morgenthaler taken out of bounds.
Yeah, just great job by Squalicum so far. Really good defense. They got a good hand on that ball.
Good D from the Storm. It'll go out of bounds. Stay with the Seahawks.
Only 2 seconds left on the shot clock, though, so they're going to have to get a real quick one.
Cameron Kerr inside. Lays it in just before the shot clock is out.
A great pin down. A great pin down there from Cameron Kerr.
Nice play by Kerr. steal.
Seahawks doing a real great job of working in that 2-3 zone so far.
Kerr lets that one roll out. Now up top, it's Perkle. She's looking inside. Here's Hargrove, takes one more step and lays it in. Nice play from Aaliyah Hargrove. Steal. Now on the ground. Gonna whistle this one dead. Squalicum now. Mary Binning with the ball here. Shot from Richardson.
Sort of blocked by Cameron Kerr there. She is amazing defense, one of the best that the Seahawks have defensively. You should be expecting a lot from her on both sides of the court tonight.
Shot taken as the shot clock was winding down. No good from Heaton. And the Seahawks coming up court with a lot of pace here. Perkle was inside, couldn't keep a hand on it. And it's back to the Storm. Inside here, it's Richardson looking to lay it in. Nothing there.
Just kind of looked like she thought she got fouled there, but
Kennedy extends to get that. Now it's inside to Hargrove. Perkle puts the shot up. Nice tip from Kennedy. Fast break for the Seahawks. She's going to lay this one in. She scores.
yeah, just great defense from Kennedy already. She read that pass perfectly and took it all the way to score.
So about 2.5 minutes in, the Seahawks find themselves up 8-0, and Squalicum takes its first timeout of the night. Strong opening from the Seahawks.
Yeah, the Seahawks, they've really picked up the pace in the last half of the season. The first season, they looked a little slow coming out into games, but now they're doing a real good job of getting going fast and early.
Definitely fast, and it is also definitely early in the game. We'll see if it continues here, but right now they look sharp as a tack. Squalicum yet to score.
Seahawks doing a great job of controlling the pace early.
Here's Kerr with an open jumper, can't get it to fall though. Hargrove fighting for the rebound with Michaela Heaton, and they're going to call a foul here on Hargrove.
First personal foul, first team foul.
Yeah, the Seahawks girls are one of the most aggressive teams in the league. So they'll pick up a foul every once in a while, going for a ball, 50-50 ball. As you see right there, again, Morgenthaler, she picked her clean, but apparently not.
So first foul of the night for Reese Morgenthaler. And here comes Heaton. That ball goes out of bounds. So it'll be the Seahawks now. Here's Kennedy with an open three.
Great cross-court pass from Morgenthaler there. Kennedy had an open look. She just didn't knock it down that time, but that is a great shot
Seahawks foul
That's
number 22, Riley Purple.
it's definitely what the Seahawks will be looking for all night long.
Checking for Anacortes is number 14, Chloe Borland. Also checking in number 34, Rosie Hudson.
We see Chloe Borland coming in, as well as Rosie Hudson for the Seahawks. Now here in the corner, it's Binning. Hits the rim, comes off.
The Storm will be looking for that corner three.
Borland couldn't finish it. Hargrove gets the offensive rebound and lays it in for two. Now up 10-0, the Seahawks. Just over halfway through this quarter of play.
Checking for the Seahawks is number 31, Micaiah Dunham.
As now we see Micaiah Dunham coming in for the Seahawks.
Yeah,
the only freshman on the varsity roster.
Very impressive feat, especially as a freshman. You'll definitely see that the Storm like to have normally two people around underneath the basket, and you'll see one of them flash the high post, which is really
Timeout Seahawks. Full
good.
timeout.
So Squalicum gets their first score through the hands of Callie McGarren, and Dunham calls the first full timeout for the Seahawks. It's 10-2 as we are making our way through the first quarter of play. So Seahawks, after that Storm timeout, they've slowed down a little bit offensively, but still in pretty good control right now, in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I'd say so, Michael. Their defense has just looked so much better than the Storm so far. Their 2-3, that's Anacortes bread and butter right there. If you can get that going, if you can get turnovers, if you can get tip passes, you are going to have a pretty easy time winning the game.
So when you say that's the Seahawks bread and butter, is that something that translates to the boys team as well?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Both the boys and the girls love the 2-3 zone. That's kind of what I'd say Anacortes is known for basketball.
Learning something new every day with Parker alongside me, folks. These are good things to know. Kennedy coming up, and again, Seahawks pushing the pace here. Hudson looks to Borland. She's going to come back outside. Hudson had the open jumper. Cameron gets the rebound and lays it back in for two.
Yeah, the Storm is also running the 2-3 zone, and the way that you beat it is high post, short corner, and the corner. So the short corner is kind of underneath the basket next to the sideline, and then obviously corner to corner. And as long as you do a good enough job of taking those away, and especially the three-pointer, because once you get going with the three-pointer against the 2-3 zone, it's basically beat, as you'll see right here.
Kennedy pulls up, can't get it. Now Borland gets the rebound. She's looking inside. That one knocked out of bounds by Michaela Heaton, but it'll stay with the Seahawks as Morgenthaler comes back in as Erin Kennedy gets her first breather of the night. Kerr inside, that's an easy layup.
Great play design by the Seahawks.
Same thought process between Parker and I. Parker and me, rather. Binning takes the three, no good, but it stays with the Storm. Good D from Kerr, but it's bobbled around, and Binning takes another shot. No good there, but a foul called on Cameron Kerr.
Seahawks foul number 31, Micaiah Dunham, first personal foul.
Yeah, as I stated earlier, the Seahawks, they're an aggressive team. The foul's already 4-0 against them. So will that come into play later? Possibly. It's just because 7 fouls and they're at the free throw line shooting pretty consistently. So it's something that Coach Dunham might have to say, hey, you guys got to move your feet and don't reach with your hands, you know? Because they don't want to get into foul trouble either too early in the game because it's almost just the end of the first quarter. We still got 2 minutes left to play.
You saw there the ref was having a conversation with the coach. There seemed to be a bit of confusion over who had been fouled, as Binning, after knocking down the first one, can't go 2 for 2. So it's just 14-3 here. Morgenthaler charging up court, and Borland takes the shot from the corner, air ball. And once again, we see Cameron Kerr here. She got the second chance opportunity, put it up, no good, got fouled on a third chance opportunity, and she'll be.
Bill against foul number 21, Mari Binning, first personal foul.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that wasn't a shooting foul. Cameron Kerr looked to be going up extremely strong there.
This time Cameron Kerr went for that second look, but it goes out of bounds in favor of Squalicum. Here's Smithson coming inside, puts up a floater, no good. The putback from Loretta Murphy-Kangas. Kerr sets the screen. Now Borland gets it back to her. She posts up. No good though. Hudson with the fake. Can't get it to drop either.
Yeah,
Now
Kerr,
controlled by Binning.
Kerr's done an exceptional job so far of rebounding. As some of the coaches say, rebounding is a want, and Cameron Kerr wants to rebound because she knows it's going to lead to more opportunities and shots for her team, which is just, you love to see it in a basketball player.
Speaking of Cameron Kerr, she'll come out of the game, get some rest. She plays most of the minutes for the Seahawks, but Perkle's coming in now for her. As Borland tries to get through 2 Storm players, doesn't work very well. It's out of bounds on her. Or excuse me, it seemed to be last touched by Squalicum, so it'll stay with the Seahawks. Hudson gonna inbound here. Hudson takes this one from 3, close but no good.
Yeah, Morgenthaler did an exceptional job right there. As you saw, she drew 2 defenders in and then kicked out, which led to an open 3. Unfortunately, they couldn't capitalize, but if that is the way that the game is going to go, the Seahawks have a pretty good chance.
Nice ball movement from the Storm there, and a good shot from Mari Binning.
Mari Binning for 3.
Now inside, too far for Perkle. Here's Murphy-Kangas. And a shot put up, no good there from McCarron. And Hudson's coming back. She looks to go all the way, puts it up. And they're going to give her the 2 for that, so she'll go to the line to try and complete the 3-point play. Really nice finish there from Hudson. That's a tough finish there against a defender much bigger than her. But she gets it, can't get the free throw. Kennedy puts it back, and it's 2 more for the Seahawks. And there's the end of the first quarter. So the Seahawks started strong. They got up to a 10-0 lead. And here we are 8 points later for each team, and it's 18-8, same place that we were early on after 1.
Yeah, if I'm the Squalicum coach right now, I'm saying that they need to find a way to box out Cameron Kerr and Aaron Kennedy, because they're very good at rebounding.
So we're seeing some replays here from the first quarter. There's Cameron Kerr on the paint, being the dominant player she normally is. Outside, Mari Binning. Saw each team knock down some nice shots, both inside and from the perimeter. Obviously, Anacortes got a few more up. And there we see that last play right before the quarter ended. Aaron Kennedy. And you've got to think, from a leadership perspective, yes, the seniors have a lot of momentum in their favor. Riley Perkle, Ari Bickley. But when you look at the core of this team, the distributors, the playmakers, it really comes through with Aaron Kennedy and Cameron Kerr.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. They run this team on and just on the court in general. They are the leaders of this team, and they show that in their play. As you'll kind of see, the Seahawks switching it up now, going to man.
Nice ball from McGarren, and it ends with Loretta Murphy-Kangas getting 2. As we see now, the senior Ari Bickley getting her first minutes of the night here, along with Riley Purple, both seniors in.
As you'll see Squalicum going to their 2-3 zone. It was interesting that the Seahawks switched up their defense and went man-to-man at the start of this. I'm not sure how smart of a coaching decision that might be. I thought they looked pretty good, actually. But you never know. You know, you got Cameron Kerr guarding ball. Excuse me, Aaron guarding the ball. So
there's a rebound here from Brianne Morgenthaler. Anyway, we'll see how that defensive scheme change comes to fruition in the next 7 minutes or so. They're going to call it travel here on Riley Purple. It'll go back to the Storm. But she started off the quarter well, got that jumper early on, and the Seahawks are playing good defense. Worthy to note that, as we said, Brianne Morgenthaler and Ari Bickley getting their first minutes. And also for the Storm, Jasmine Meyer. Excuse me, Corinthian Sky Stewart. Hard to read those numbers, folks, but Corinthian Sky Stewart definitely the player that gives Storm their height advantage here on the court.
Yeah, the Seahawks are going to have to block her out and make sure she doesn't get too many rebounds.
That right there's a cold shot from Callie McGarren. Purple stumbling with the ball here. Stays with it, though. Bickley looks for the open 3, can't drop it.
The Seahawks ball movement throughout the game so far has looked very, very good. You know, the ball can move faster than you can dribble it, and it's really helping them create opportunities for them to score. It's worked so far because they've had lots of open looks, whereas I feel like Squalicum has had a couple more tough finishes that they've had to take.
Cameron Kerr coming back in for the Seahawks. It was only a matter of time. And Murphy-Kangas puts up the 2, gets it to fall. So the Storm have cut it down to just a 5-point lead here. Crossing court, Bickley goes to Kerr, who now feeds Kennedy, but she can't finish. Storm picking up their defense here in the second quarter, playing a lot better.
Yeah, I'd definitely say so. They've sharpened things up a little bit. It definitely looks better. The Seahawks are having a little bit more of a tougher time with it. But also, they've been making their shots, too, which has put this game a lot closer.
So they're going to call a foul here on Ari Bickley. Her second foul of the evening, and Shelby Smithson will be at the line. So 7 fouls have stacked up for the Seahawks.
Yeah, they still got 5 minutes to play. Definitely, they have to not give them a break by letting them just shoot free throws. Right. They need to move their feet. They don't need to reach. Keep your hands up when they shoot. Just do anything you can to not bail them out and put them on the free throw line and have them make points.
So after Smithson missed the first, we saw Mari Binning coming back in for the Storm and Reese Morgenthaler for the Seahawks. Smithson misses the second, and it's back with the Seahawks. Brian Morgenthaler going to pop this one, can't go.
Yeah, the Seahawks, they've had really good looks. It's just their shots aren't really falling right now, which is unfortunate. But if I'm Nate Dunham, I'm telling them, just keep shooting, you know?
Right.
Shots aren't falling, keep shooting, and eventually they're going to get hot and they're going to go on a run. But they also got to play defense in the meantime. Make sure that this game doesn't... Obviously, Squalicum doing a good job of putting up points right now.
So Benning had a nice shot that just slid out of the rim. They got the offensive rebound, though. Here's Smithson. She puts something up. And they're going to call another foul here. So Smithson will go back to the line. She missed her first two, but immediately she's going to get two more here.
Seahawks foul number 13, Brianne Morgenthaler, first personal foul.
Yeah, these really count right now. In a game as close as this, 5 points. I mean, hey, they're free, you know? You got to knock them down.
Check back in for the Seahawks, number 34, Rosie Hudson.
So we see some more substitutions. Rosie Hudson coming back in, and Caitlyn Richardson for the Storm. And again, Smithson misses. She's now 0 for 4. Nice read from Cameron Kerr to get that ball. Inside Kennedy, she gets it back out to Kerr. Now Kerr's inside, she'll put this one up, can't get it. But the rebound and the second chance, she drops it in. You can only stop Cameron Kerr from scoring so many times.
Yeah, Michael.
Little under 4 minutes here in the second. And that shot by Murphy Kangas, it looks so awkward. It's very unorthodox, that flip around, but she's dropped it at least 3 times there in the paint.
She's really shooting up high. She's releasing it very high above her head, obviously, trying to get it over Cameron Kerr, and she's done a pretty good job of it so far, which is pretty impressive because Cameron is one of the best defenders. I think the best defender that the Seahawks have.
See the freshman Makai Dunham coming back in as Perkle comes out, and Hudson not able to keep this ball. So it'll go back to Squalicum here. Heaton thought about it. Back out to Heaton now. Inside, this time it's Caitlyn Richardson, and she drops it for 2. Just a 3-point game now for the Seahawks as Cameron Kerr puts up a bank shot. Can't get it. She's fighting for the ball back, and she has it. Now it's Hudson taking the 3.
Very deep shot there.
Again, Kerr, you see her. She's always in there looking for that offensive rebound. Couldn't get it that time.
The Seahawks girls, they're normally looking for a shot. If it's a 3-pointer, toes on the line, you know, they want to get it as close as possible, make it as high percentage as possible. But that last shot from Rosie Hudson was deep.
So Loretta Murphy-Kangas got a nice putback, but Rosie Hudson able to respond here with the 3-point opportunity. She's at the line. And she nails this one to complete the 3-point play. Back to a 4-point lead for the Seahawks. Little over 2 minutes to go in this second quarter. And though the Seahawks have the lead, Squalicum has played completely different basketball in this second quarter. Here comes Kennedy. She lays it in and gets the foul called. Back-to-back and 1 plays for the Seahawks. Kennedy will be at the line for the first time tonight as Shelby Smithson gets her first foul.
Smithson, I saw her throw her hands up. She was not happy about that call.
Nothing but net from Kennedy, and it's a 7-point lead now for the Seahawks.
2 great finishes from the Seahawks there. just going through the contact and then making the refs call that foul, those fouls. If I'm the Seahawks here, they get another steal. They can just keep on going on this run that they're kind of going on right now, and they could take it in up 10, 15 points going into halftime, which is probably the most ideal situation.
They've got to do some work to get there, but it's within reach. Inside here is Richardson. Now she gets it back out. Binning going for the floater. She nails it. Nice shot from Binning. Now it's Morgenthaler.
Yeah, she did a real great job there of just dribbling through that. It was going to be a trap, but she just did a good job of moving forward and getting past it there.
She gave a good ball to Hudson, but Hudson couldn't finish.
She
Now a
makes up
steal
it
for
now.
Hudson. Can she finish? She can. Nice ball. So she missed the last layup that looked like it should have been fairly easy, but now she comes off the fast break after the steal and lays in a beautiful layup.
Yeah, she's really taking matters into her own hands 2 times just recently. She sort of made a little bit of a mistake or a missed shot, and she came back with the and one and then the steal there, which is really big for the Seahawks.
Second chance opportunity, no good. But this ball will stay with Squalicum. We'll see Chloe Borland come in for the Seahawks to pull Reese Morgenthaler out.
Great minutes from Morgenthaler so far.
Smithson looking outside. Now Binning looking inside.
She gets fouled.
So Murphy Kangas, rather, will be at the line. The 9th team foul for the Seahawks tonight. They're starting to rack up. And again, these automatic 2-point plays that are being awarded to the Storm are giving them possibly some points that they shouldn't have, although
Yeah.
Loretta Murphy-Kangas misses the first one.
A little bit of a correction there, Michael. That was actually a shooting foul, so she gets 2 shots.
Right.
And
Okay.
that actually makes it their 9th foul, so the next one they will get a free 2 shots. So
Got it.
from 7 to 9, it's a 1-and-1, so they make the first, they get the second. They miss it, then they don't get the second. And then at 10, then they automatically get 2 free fouls.
See, folks, still learning things. Beautiful. Thanks for the heads up there. Speaking of heads up, that was a heads up play from Mari Binning. Kenny trying to send this one. 5 seconds left. Bigley with an open layup. And they're going to call a foul. Looked like it was going to be an easy finish.
Squalicum defender kind of just came in flying in there.
Yep.
First personal foul. 15 foul.
Seahawks are going to go into the second half with a lead. It's just a matter of how much it is. After Bigley gets the first, it's a 5 point.
That's extremely helpful for them. They'll take any points they can get before the half.
Also checking in number 31,
So we see Makai Dunham and Ashley Long coming in for the Seahawks with just about 1 second left on the clock. Bigley's going to put this shot up. It won't fall. And that will be the half. So, after a really fast second quarter for the Seahawks, first quarter for the Seahawks, the second quarter slowed it down a little bit. They still got a pretty strong amount of scoring in, and they're up 5 after 2 going into the second half. We'll take a break, come back to talk about that first half, and get geared up for the second one.
Hey, I need a hot and ready pizza. I'm racing against the clock. Thanks.
Where are you?
Walk in and walk out at Little Caesars with hot and ready slices and sticks from 4 to 8 p.m.
Pizza, pizza.
The Rockfish Grill is a Northwest favorite, serving fresh local seafood, tasty wood-fired pizzas, and a large selection of signature sandwiches and burgers. They proudly pour 16 draft handles of Anacortes beer made right next door at the Anacortes Brewery. Family-friendly, live music every week, there's something for everybody at the Rockfish Grill. For more info, visit them on Facebook or at anacortesrockfish.com. The Rockfish Grill and Anacortes Brewery on the corner of 4th and Commercial in beautiful downtown Anacortes.
Each year, thousands of fantastic pictures are taken by yearbook photographers of AHS sporting events, assemblies, performing arts, and more. The best of these photos are now available to you online. Just point your browser to ahs.smugmug.com. You can download digital images or order prints right from your computer or phone with the SmugMug app. How cool is that? Support the rhododendron and your students by using ahs.smugmug.com.
Go a few blocks into Old Town Anacortes and you'll find Dad's Diner. With breakfast and lunch served all day, you'll definitely find the perfect meal. All of their food is prepared fresh each day, from the delicious house salad with salmon to the savory BLT. Dad's Diner, open Tuesday through Sunday, is located on Commercial between 9th and 10th Street. Come on down and grab a bite.
At the Senior College, we believe that learning should never stop. Anacortes Senior College offers lifelong learning opportunities to adults over 50 in a relaxed atmosphere. No test or homework. ASC is ran by volunteers including retired college professors, scientists, artists, business and medical professionals. Fall, winter, and spring courses are held Tuesdays and Thursdays. For more information and registration forms, go to seniorcollege.org.
The Action Club is a club for adults with disabilities. Every second Saturday of every month, the club holds an e-recycling event at the Frontier Building Supply at 1911 Commercial Avenue in Anacortes. You can recycle your computers, monitors, laptops, tablets, and televisions. The money collected from the e-cycle is used in several ways to benefit community service projects.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Rockfish Grill is a Northwest favorite, serving fresh local seafood, tasty wood-fired pizzas, and a large selection of signature sandwiches and burgers. They proudly pour 16 draft handles of Anacortes beer made right next door at the Anacortes Brewery. Family-friendly, live music every week, there's something for everybody at the Rockfish Grill. For more info, visit them on Facebook or at anacortesrockfish.com. The Rockfish Grill and Anacortes Brewery on the corner of 4th and Commercial in beautiful downtown Anacortes.
Bringing you back to Williams Gymnasium here in Anacortes. A 5-point spread as of right now, about 6 minutes until we get to the second half. Parker, what are your thoughts on the play between the teams so far?
Yeah, Michael. So basically, what I've seen so far is the Seahawks in the first quarter did an exceptional job. They were getting deflections. They were flying around in their zone. But then in the second half, I mean, maybe a little bit tired, obviously, but Squalicum definitely won in the second quarter, whereas Seahawks obviously won in the first quarter. Squalicum, especially in the second quarter, did a really good job of getting the ball inside into the key, and then also just an exceptional job shooting.
Well said. I would agree. We saw early on the Seahawks were playing fast, and they didn't slow down too much, but a little bit changed in the second quarter, and Squalicum was able to respond. And by the way, we know it's a 5-point game in favor of the Seahawks right now. Coming into tonight, we figured it would be a close game. Hopefully it stays that way through the next 2 quarters. Of course, on the year, Squalicum, they're coming in 5-8, so they're a little underwhelmed by their season thus far, but the Seahawks are in a similar boat. They've got 1 more win but 2 more losses. They're sitting at 6-10, so they're both kind of in the mid-pack in the Northwestern Conference. And this is a big game, right? It's the last home game for the Seahawks. They want to play with pride. They want to play well. They've done that so far, as we're seeing the replays here now. And obviously, the biggest factors for the Seahawks have been Cameron Kerr, Aaron Kennedy, although the spread of points I've actually been quite impressed with. A lot of players scoring. There you saw Rosie Hudson's and one opportunity. But for the Squalicum Storm, I think I'd have to say right now my clear favorite is Loretta Murphy-Kangas. You saw one of those plays right there. That in the paint, close to the net, she's been really phenomenal from there thus far, and we'll see if it continues. There you see Cameron Kerr just grabbing the balls with tenacity.
Yeah, definitely. What I'd have to say is, though, that on the Seahawks end, favorite kind of MVP so far for this half, a couple names come to mind, obviously. Cameron Kerr, Aaron Kennedy, but I think my dark horse that she played extremely well in that first half was Rosie Hudson. She had 7 points, a couple pretty critical buckets. Obviously, she had that and one, which is really nice. I think she actually had 2 and ones there, but she's looked amazing in this first half so far.
Well said. I would have to agree. If I was going to put someone in the spotlight that may not normally see the spotlight, it'd have to be Rosie Hudson. Obviously, just from a physical standpoint, the way that she's battling against these Squalicum defenders, who pretty much all of them have a good height advantage over her, and she's taking it in the paint. She's getting these fast breaks and steals and moving with pace, but she's also not playing, clumsily. She's taking her time, playing smart, getting the ball when she can, and feeding other players when she can as well. So hopefully she keeps that up in the second half, excuse me.
Yeah, also another thing that I like to point out, the Seahawks have been dominating the rebounds in general, offensive and defensive, making sure that Squalicum doesn't get second chance opportunities and making sure that the Seahawks themselves get second chance opportunities on the offensive board side. Cameron Kerr is definitely to note for that. A lot of rebounds out of her, which is it's really good for the Seahawks, obviously, because it gives them second chance opportunities, chances to score. It's just good.
Just good. I like it. And when we're comparing these teams, it's really interesting to note when you look at the Seahawks lineup and how they play offensively, pretty much everything runs through either Cameron Kerr or Aaron Kennedy, and the Squalicum Storm defense can always kind of count on the idea that those two players are going to be magnets to the ball. But on the other side, offensively for Squalicum, they've been able to spread their opportunities. Obviously, I think somewhat of a majority, you may argue, would go to Murphy-Kangas. But Binning's been a large factor, Callie McGarren, Caitlyn Richardson. They've been able to spread their offense really well, and this sort of inherent deception that comes with that, where's the ball going to go? Are they going to look for a corner three? Are they going to look inside to Murphy-Kangas? Maybe, Binning is just going to take it herself and see what happens. I think it's opened up a lot of things for the Storm, particularly in the second quarter that maybe weren't there in the first, so we'll see if they keep that up.
Yeah.
Little under a minute here. We're gearing up. The music's playing. The student section now rising for the Seahawks. 2 more quarters to play. Can the Seahawks close this one out? They're obviously under 500 for an overall record right now, but it's not about the way you start. It's about the way you finish.
Yeah, Michael. Also, this game could account for seeding in districts, obviously.
True.
So the Seahawks really want to walk away with this win and possibly give themselves better seeding.
No doubt. So a kick out from Morgenthaler to Kennedy early on.
Good rebound by Reese Morgenthaler, and also a foul.
So Kennedy will inbound here.
First personal foul, first team foul.
This one goes right past Morgenthaler. She's chasing down Binning, and she gets the block at the cost of a foul.
Yeah, Morgenthaler thought that was a clean block as she was kind of doing the motion.
Seahawks
But
foul 15, Reese Morgenthaler, second personal foul. First team foul. Binnings at the line.
So Binnings here shooting 2. Can't get the first one. And she'll nail the second, go 1 for 2 at the line. Morgenthaler almost got trapped there, but now the Seahawks are moving. Inside, it's Perkle.
Great
Nice,
find.
nice pass from Kerr. And a good finish from the senior Riley Perkle. So
Yeah,
the first
Kerr.
points of the second half go to the Seahawks.
Kerr did a great job there, of keeping her eyes up, keeping her eyes on the play, which led to just a great bucket. And there's another one for Perkle.
Again, beautiful ball. This time it came from Hargrove, and Perkle gets it done again. 8-point lead for the Seahawks.
Kerr doing a great job of closing out to that corner, making sure she can get an open 3 there.
And that ball goes straight back to none other than Riley Perkle. Now it's Morgenthaler moving up. She gets the open look and finishes for 2 of her own.
Great finish from her left hand. The Seahawks, they're doing a really good job this half of finishing for 1, but also running the floor extremely well. You see those volleyball lines, kind of the white ones. That is ideally where you want to be, kind of, when you're running the floor. That way you have a good angle of the basket, which they've been doing a great job of.
So a nice finish. Facing down Cameron Kerr, Shelby Smithson gets the 3-point opportunity here. And a swoosh for Smithson.
Also, one thing I didn't really notice or mention at halftime, the Seahawks have not had too many turnovers. They're doing a really good job of beating the press that the Squalicum Storm have been throwing at them, which is good. Obviously, towards the end of the season, you're going to get a little bit better, and you're going to clean up your turnovers, and you're going to kind of be a little bit more of a basketball player. I know that's kind of weird to say, but as you get along with the season, some of the turnovers that you might have made before are just silly ones now. And you kind of recognize a little bit more what's happening.
In the corner, Kerr puts this one up. Can't get it. Rebound from Hargrove, and another. Still no good. This ball's going with the Storm. So, some similar trends we're seeing in the beginning of the second half. Still the offensive rebounds for the Seahawks stacking up, but a little different is what's following them. And right now, there's no points coming afterward.
Yeah, but both teams right now are they're both fighting right now. It's a bunch of mini battles that they're kind of happening right now, and the Seahawks are doing a good job of kind of controlling the game and winning their battles.
So that one, the ref sort of hesitated to call out of bounds for a second, and it looked like Hargrove was able to get it through the legs of that Storm player to Kerr, but nevertheless, it's with Squalicum now. McCarron
A good job
taking
of
it herself.
Kerr did a real great job there of forcing baseline, not really letting her out of the corner. It was unfortunate that Hargrove couldn't cut it off and unfortunately got the blocking foul there, but
Kerr fighting for that one, and she gets it just with
Seahawks
brute
are-
strength, takes it away. Perkle looking for the finish, she gets it. My goodness. Timeout called here by Anacortes. They're up 9, and Riley Perkle coming out blazing in this third quarter.
Yeah, definitely. All their layups that they've really had, they've made most of them, or if not, they've gotten the rebound and gotten really good second chance opportunity looks. So if I'm Nate Dunham, I'm proud right now, but obviously I think that Squalicum's offense has been pretty exceptional so far in this second half. And so the Seahawks are going to have to do a better job of stopping it. As long as they can just keep scoring, I think they'll do just fine.
Tight defense from the Seahawks.
Checking in for the Seahawks, number 34, Rosie Hudson.
As we see Rosie Hudson coming in for Reese Morgenthaler, who just forced a really sweet turnover.
Squalicum's coach really talking into the ear of that referee. He was not happy. He actually grabbed the ball as it went out of bounds and slammed it in frustration. That is not a good look.
Hudson up top, thought about it. And a little over the reach of Cameron Kerr, that ball from Aaron Kennedy, so it'll go out of bounds. Binning gonna inbound this for the Storm.
Wow, good trap right there from the Seahawks.
Timeout Squalicum.
So we see a timeout from Squalicum. Lead change hasn't, well, the lead hasn't changed, I should say, in a little bit of time here. Still 39-30. Seahawks have played good basketball so far. A little more than halfway through the third. But Squalicum not letting it get too far out of reach. They're down 9, but you know, they're keeping it pretty tight here.
Yeah, if I'm their coach, I'm just telling them, we're still in this, we're still in this. You gotta fight, you know? That's what basketball is all about. Basketball is a game of up and downs, as most sports are. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, but you just need to learn how to control it and make sure that when you get the chance that you can come back into games or keep the lead, as the Seahawks definitely want to do.
Coming back out onto the court here. Here's Binning. Foul called, so it'll be Richardson at the line.
Second personal foul, fourth team foul. Richardson's at the line. Shoot two.
Richardson drops the first one in the bucket. And the second one as well. Perfect shooting from Caitlyn Richardson.
It was a really good trap there, but Aaron Kennedy had some size on those two guards that were trapping her and managed to get that ball over the top to Cameron Kerr and break that press, which is, that's pretty next level, I'd say. Normally, I've seen that when some of the Seahawks get trapped, obviously they're a little bit more frantic with the ball, but Erin really, she just was super calm and managed to get that ball off, which is really good to see out of her. She's only a junior too next year, or excuse me, this year.
And here comes Hudson, no good. Perkle gets the putback again, nothing. And a swat there. Nice read from Kerr. Of course, possession will stay with Squalicum as we see Micaiah Dunham coming back in for Cameron Kerr.
Number 31, Micaiah Dunham.
Nice play from Perkle. She's got an open lane, and she'll finish.
She did a great job of reading that pass and just taking it.
And Rosie Hudson fighting for a steal there. Binning keeps her composure.
Yeah, Hudson and Perkle by far have stood out to me most of this game. Aaron Kennedy and Cameron Kerr, you kind of expect them to have a good game, whereas I'd say that Perkle and Hudson are more role players, but right now they're doing a really good job of saying, hey, I should be getting decent minutes because I'm very much helping this team right now. Without their defense and their finishing right now, they'd definitely not be winning.
Third personal foul. Third team foul. Dunham's at the line. Shooting 2.
So the freshman Dunham at the line here for the first time tonight. No good on the first. We'll see some substitutions for both teams.
Checking into the Seahawks, number 15.
Kylie Blackwell coming in for the Storm, as well as Morgenthaler and Kerr back in for Anacortes. Borland fighting for the rebound here. They're on the floor.
Jump ball, possession, Squalicum.
Jump ball is going to go to the Storm. Nice steal there from Borland. She gets it to Morgenthaler. Kerr puts up the jumper, can't go.
She gets her own rebound.
That ball went off the knee of Borland, but Kerr got it. Here's Hudson outside.
Reverses it back to Morgenthaler. They don't have much time. Only 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
Nice open look for Hudson, but she can't get it to drop. Ball now in the hands of Michaela Heaton.
Squalicum, they've done a pretty good job of utilizing the screen so far. I haven't really seen a lot of screens out of the Anacortes Seahawks, as it really doesn't kind of fit their offense that they play while they're reversing a 2-3 zone.
Seahawks foul number 14, Chloe Borland, first personal foul.
But it's definitely gotten Squalicum a couple of open looks, and it's kind of kept them in this game. Not all that. Obviously, their players have done a great job of scoring as well and getting to the lane. But
Well,
it's
there we
definitely
saw
a contributing factor.
There we saw Blackwell get to the lane. She couldn't finish, and it's right back with the Seahawks. Kerr gets past and finishes. Nice move from Cameron Kerr.
She has some of the best footwork that a post has that I've seen out of the Seahawks in recent years. It's impressive, you know. She'll be backing another girl down, and then she'll just slip right by him.
So Corinthian Sykes-Stewart coming in for the Storm. As Binning looks to finish herself. Airballs that one. Sykes-Stewart tried to save it, no good. And it'll be the Seahawks. So there you see an example of how when Squalicum is playing, you know, efficiently and sort of more traditional basketball, they're scoring more as the clock's winding down here. But when they look for, you know, sort of weird, less accounted for plays, things seem to go a little wonky, and there we saw it.
Yeah, I definitely say so. Fundamentals is everything.
Right, fundamentals. There's the word. Few seconds left here. Borland gets the steal. She's got one. She puts it up. No good on the last shot attempt. Nevertheless, another strong quarter for the Seahawks. They're up 11 with 8 minutes left to play.
Yeah, it's a little bit better than 9 as they were entering into the second half. But, you know, Squalicum is still in this game. 10 points is definitely not a lot, especially in a varsity game. These girls are so talented that, you know, anything can happen. Just a couple of turnovers and Squalicum's up. So the Seahawks really have to finish this game off well. Otherwise, Squalicum is going to come back.
No doubt. We'll see if they can do so. Cheerleaders trying to get the crowd hyped up with 1 quarter left. As we get set for the final quarter, the Seahawks have not given up the lead the entire game. But as you said, Squalicum, they've never gotten to a point where it's felt too out of reach. They've always been able to keep their trail sort of reasonable in this game. But if they're going to make a move, it's got to be now.
Yeah, definitely. The Seahawks have done a really good job of consistently putting points up, though. They were up by 5, then 9, now 11. So just basically they need to hold it down for 1 more quarter, hold the fort down.
There you saw sort of a simple miscommunication between Morgenthaler and Hargrove. Here's Smithson, denied flat out by Aaliyah Hargrove, and racing back is Morgenthaler. She's going to get the foul call.
She'll be headed to the line to shoot 2.
What an exciting series that was. Just the most blunt block you can hope to find in a basketball game there from Aaliyah Hargrove.
Yeah, Hargrove really swatted that ball with some intensity.
Had a bit of a rim bounce there, but Morgenthaler's first shot goes in. And then Cameron Kerr coming in from Borland here. It's going to slow it down here. Perkle's got the open mid-range. Jumper will fall. My goodness, Riley Perkle has come out of nowhere, to be truthful, in this game. And
yeah, she's just had a lot of great layups in there. She kind of pump faked, took 1 dribble, and then just knocked it down, which is really good to see.
Good rebound there from Hargrove. Yeah, she's making a name for herself in this game.
And honestly, she kind of looks like she's got a little bit more confidence, too.
Nice
you know?
kick out to Hudson. She splashes a 3.
Both of them, honestly.
All of a sudden, it's a 17-point lead for the Seahawks.
Perkle and Hudson have, I think, obviously, the shots are falling, which is good for them. But it also kind of is just a confidence boost, you know? Like, Hudson had no problem taking that shot. She was like, I'm going to shoot this, I'm going to knock it down, and we're going to go up by 17.
So Aaron Kennedy and Micaiah Dunham coming in for the Seahawks. A little over 6 minutes to go in the final quarter. That ball denied immediately by Kerr and Dunham together, but it's just going to go right back out of bounds in basically the same spot to be inbounded again for the Storm. Heaton looking high. Now in the corner, it's Smithson. No good. Heaton with the rebound. No good from her either.
Yeah, Hargrove has 4 fouls now, which is a little bit unfortunate for them because they're kind of playing a little bit of a smaller lineup here. Dunham in the center of the 2-3 is actually doing a pretty good job of holding down the fort. But this might come into play as we're seeing more rebounds from the Squalicum Storm now as they had 2 second chance opportunities there.
21 Cameron Kerr, 3rd personal foul, 7th team foul. Smithson's at the line, shooting 2.
Smithson here at the line after Cameron Kerr got her third foul. You see Brianne Morgenthaler coming into the lineup now. Smithson trying to go 2 for 2. And she will. Seahawks moving fast here. That one's gonna go out, last touched by Callie McGarren. Nice pick by Michaela Heaton. She takes it herself, and they're gonna give her the 2.
Seahawk fans not really too happy about that. Kind of looked like he blew his whistle pretty early on before she even got kind of close to the basket. But then, as you just saw, they called the foul and they and one, and she capitalizes. So 12-point game now, only 1 point from what they were at the start of the quarter.
So the Seahawks started off strong, but Squalicum's responding well. Cameron Kerr in the corner, nails it from beyond the arc. And that right there, Parker, is a big shot for the Seahawks.
Yeah, definitely. Kerr is just so versatile, obviously. She can knock down the 3, and she can be a post player, and she can guard bigs, which is, it really helps the Seahawks out, I would definitely say, that she has the ability to shoot, because it just adds a whole nother aspect, along with the fact that she can also dribble and handle the ball pretty well, I'd say so. And
Kerr inside, she gets her own rebound.
Oh, I don't think I mentioned that she can rebound.
No, I don't think we've touched on that at all this game. Of course, a bit of sarcasm there, folks. She's a great rebounder. We all know it. We've seen it. And the tape will tell you there. She gets another one, and the putback for 2. Back to a 17-point game for the Seahawks, their largest lead of the evening. But again, in the second half, those fouls starting to stack up.
Yeah, they already have 8 here. So they'll be shooting 1 and 1, and then 2 more fouls, and they'll be going to the line for 2. Could be a problem for the Seahawks, but.
And you're seeing some of those fouls here on the screen now and how they translated to easy points for Squalicum.
It's just a really great shot there. And then also that nice and one that they called. Pretty sure she knocked that one down also.
It tells you something that maybe the Seahawks don't really want to be told, which is that replay was full of basically a lot of free throw shots for the Storm, and it's due to all the fouls that the Seahawks have been committing. And that's not something specific to this second half that's been going on throughout the game, but they've managed to keep their lead even with all this foul trouble. And if they can keep it double digits for the next minute or so, they'll probably come out with a win. But as I slip that out of my tongue, Callie McGarren gets one down for the Storm. So not sure if I'll regret those words in the coming minutes.
Just over halfway through the final half of basketball.
Morgenthaler outside, little short. Stutter's trying to get that rebound, and it's McGarren.
Great defense from Hargrove there, just getting around. Obviously, she's a little bit smaller, so she's really got to get around on those post-ups and just rely on the backside, which is behind Stewart, and kind of just assist her a little bit and help and make sure that she doesn't get beat over the top.
This ball sails out of bounds in favor of Anacortes. As we see Bickley back in the lineup, she's taking the ball here, gives it back to Kennedy. Inside Bickley, nice play. She was sitting in the corner, comes forward and gets the easy layup.
Yeah, great flash from Bickley to the basket, but Kennedy did an extremely good job of drawing 2 defenders and then kicking and finding her. She was as open as they get, I'd say so.
Rebound from Hargrove, and now you're seeing nice ball from Kerr. Bickley can't finish. You're seeing the pace of the Seahawks starting to slow down. Cameron Kerr was bringing that up.
But they call her for over the back here.
Right.
It's kind of unfortunate for the Seahawks. Now, I'm not sure. That's her 4th foul. She's just so aggressive, you know?
So we see Loretta Murphy-Kangas and Michaela Heaton coming in for the Storm. As Caitlyn Richardson's at the line. Can't get it. Kennedy with the rebound. Kerr inside, flips it, and 2 more. Under 3 minutes, 19-point game. Safe to say, Storm probably not going to come back from this one.
You know, Michael, there's one thing my dad taught me. It's never over until it's over.
Well, it seems as though Mari Binning would agree. She nails a 3-pointer there to give the Storm some late hope, but Cameron Kerr continues to demoralize. And
yeah.
just
Squalicum just looks so tired there. I don't know if you saw it. Sorry for interrupting you,
no
Michael.
worries.
But Cameron inbounds the ball, and then she just runs down the length of the court, and I just saw her defender trailing behind her, looking out of breath. You know, one thing we haven't really talked about, the Seahawks are in great condition coming into this end of the season, as they probably should be from all that running that they've been doing in practice. But it's really great to see that, you know, that she can come back after a major 3-pointer just got hit there, actually pretty major, and then come back right there and just get that easy putback.
And I think this 4th quarter has been really interesting because as we've moved through this game, we started off talking mostly about Kennedy and Kerr as as we thought we would be the whole game, and then we started transitioning. Rosie Hudson, Riley Perkle, these names start coming up a lot more, and it's almost as if Cameron Kerr knew what we were talking about and sort of told herself, well, you know, let's put the spotlight back on me, because she's had a fabulous 4th quarter, and she's sort of stabilizing herself as the best player on the team through her play in these last few minutes.
The Seahawks go back into man-to-man. I can see how this could be a problem because Kerr and Hargrove both have multiple fouls.
Nice shot from Binning, cuts it to 15.
They both have 4 fouls right now, so 1 more and they're out of here, which would be pretty detrimental, in my opinion, to the Seahawks' effort to, you know, kind of hold down this game and make sure it doesn't get too
Binning again,
close.
Can't get this one. Rebound to Cameron Kerr. And Aaron Kennedy just taking it easy here. Seahawks pulling out the "I believe that we will win" chant as we approach just 60 seconds until the end of this one.
Yeah, the Seahawks, they've had their season, it might have not started out as great as they would have wanted it to be, but in these last couple of games, they've done a miraculous job of just, you know, kind of taking it personal and
so we see
saying, we are a good team, we can win games, and they're showing it here. And this is a great way for them to end their regular season.
And you probably know this, there's not a much better feeling for the coach than basically to just pull out your entire starting lineup and put in, you know, the players like Ashley Long and Micaiah Dunham and Brianne Morgenthaler when you know you've sealed the win nice and tight.
Squalicum foul to number 3, Loretta Murphy-Kangas. First personal foul, 15 foul.
Nice pick there from Michaela Heaton. She lays it in.
Now the Seahawks can just get one more shot off, and they've sealed the deal on this one.
Bickley fumbles with the ball a little bit, as does Morgenthaler. Gets it into the hands of Michaela Heaton. And Squalicum looking for one more shot. Ball goes out of bounds just before end of regulation, 1.5 on the clock. Seahawks gonna have the ball here, and they should just hold it.
Throw it in, and that's the game.
And there you go. So it was real back and forth through 3 quarters, and then in the fourth, Anacortes came out guns blazing. Riley Perkle, Cameron Kerr, so many names to throw out. They all played marvelous basketball and came away with a win, 60-47. So as the teams wave each other goodbye and settle down for the end of the game, we'll take a commercial break, come back to talk about some highlights and the way the game went, and send you home after that. Don't go anywhere, folks.
Behind every great Anacortes club and team, there's an unspoken hero. People that get us our team gear, organize our team dinners, and support us in everything else we need. From every student athlete in AHS, thank you, Saba, for the football team's two-a-day shirts, the volleyball team's warm-up gear, and everything else in between. Saba, the Seahawk Athletic Booster Association.
The Rockfish Grill promises tasty, and in their 20 years as a Northwest favorite, they've delivered. Home to their famous fish and chips, wood-fired pizza, juicy pub-style burgers, and a 7-barrel brewery that keeps the town talking. There's something for everyone at their locally owned restaurant and brewery. Outdoor seating is available, as well as many to-go options. You can even bring home cans and growlers of their select beers. For the full menu, check out their website at anacortesrockfish.com. The Rockfish Grill. It's a catch!
Hey, I need a hot and ready pizza. I'm racing against the clock. Thanks.
Where are you?
Walk in and walk out at Little Caesars with hot and ready slices and sticks from 4 to 8 p.m.
Pizza, pizza.
Each year, thousands of fantastic pictures are taken by yearbook photographers of AHS sporting events, assemblies, performing arts, and more. The best of these photos are now available to you online. Just point your browser to ahs.smugmug.com. You can download digital images or order prints right from your computer or phone with the SmugMug app. How cool is that? Support the rhododendron and your students by using ahs.smugmug.com.
Go if you.
Bringing you back here to Williams Gymnasium. The floor is cleared, and the Seahawks come away with a satisfying win.
Yeah, I definitely say so. The Seahawks did a great job of, here are my 3 main things. 1, they put the orange thing in the orange thing, which means obviously they scored.
Well said, well said.
2, they got pretty good turnovers, or they managed to get good turnovers and obviously force tough shots. They played good defense overall. And then my 3rd thing is their rebounding. Without their rebounds, it definitely would have been a lot closer of a game, a lot tighter, but because they rebounded, they won this game.
Well said. I'd have to agree. The other thing I would point out is we saw in the second half, they were scoring the whole game, but really in that 4th quarter, the perimeter offense for the Seahawks started to pick up. They started nailing a lot more threes as we get into the replays here. And I think I talked about at the halftime that, the Seahawks were coming in with all eyes on Kerr and Kennedy, and that the Storm were spreading their offense more around, multiple players. But the scenario sort of switched. That narrative was sort of opposite in the second half, where the Seahawks really started to spread the ball through Perkle and Hudson, and of course Kerr and Kennedy as well. And the Storm started becoming limited in their offense. They still found ways to score, but it was less focused on a team, and they were just trying to get, a lot of sort of strange shots at times, and relying less on, the team play around the entire court and more on individuals to sort of just knock down the shots they can. And sometimes it worked, other times it didn't. There you see the three-pointer from Hudson. Overall, a really strong showing from both teams. Anacortes comes out with a 13-point win, and a lot of great highlights to come along with it. Anything else to add?
I'd say that just about wraps it up, Michael.
So, with the replays finished, we will leave you for the night. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and we'll see you in the next one.
Go Hawks.